Thank y'all all for getting on. We're super excited. We have a guest speaker. She is a rock star coach. She also just finished the her first day at the Whole 30, and she just is amazing. Since being a coach, she's had a baby. She now has two babies, and she's a two-star diamond. Like, this girl just does not stop. She's amazing. I've said that like 3 times. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Margo, and she's going to be sharing about how she kind of engages with people and meets new people.
Thanks, Kaylee. Hello, everyone. I always get nervous the first 15 minutes leading up to the call. I'm like, so bear with me until I get the nerves out. But I feel like all of you know what I'm going to talk about. Some may not, and if you do, then I'm sorry for repeating. But here's my info. My big thing I want to start out with is you have to get over the fear of people not liking you, or people thinking you're bothering them, or that they're not going to like what you have to offer. You need to get over that right now, because sorry if you hear the dings, because one, if they don't like what you have to offer, they're probably just going to ignore you, or they're going to tell you. And there's no love lost there. You probably weren't best friends anyway. So you just have to get over it. A lot of people that I know or that I've helped mentor, they're afraid to friend request. And I'm like, just friend request. What are you going to lose? If you have 10 or more people in common, just click the friend request. If they don't want to be your friend, they are going to not more. And if they do want your friend, they do offer on your page, or they just accept everybody. Can y'all hear me? It said I had low quality.
Yes, it was kind of breaking up. So I guess if you see it pop up again, just know that you're probably op, or whatever. And you're paused right now too.
Okay. If it happens again, then I'll just go downstairs. It can be weird up here sometimes.
Okay. But anyway, you're saying something about your friend requests. If you have 10 mutual, that it's okay. You have nothing to lose.
Yeah, I'll just go downstairs just because it happens up here, and I don't want it to keep happening and be super annoying. But I'll talk while I walk. Okay. And hopefully y'all don't see my
super messy
house, but whatever. But yes, you can't be afraid of. Oh, sorry, I just blacked you out. Of people not liking you or not accepting your friend request, because if they accept, then that's great, and if not, then who cares? Maybe one day they'll see what you have going on, because you make your stuff public on your page, right? Because if not, you need to, but they'll see what you have going on, and they'll friend request you eventually. But okay, so now that we've talked about friend requests and requesting, if you have 10 or plus more people in common, let's get into what you do after you friend request them and they've accepted, right? Okay. Can y'all hear me good now?
Yep, that sounds good.
Okay, cool. Okay, so now you've done your friend request, you've gotten it accepted, and you're doing your power hour. The first thing I do in my power hour is I message people from the day before back. And a lot of people are like, well, I don't have anybody to message. Well, listen to what I tell you, and once you do this, then you will have people to message every single day, I promise. Okay, so the first thing I do every single day in my power hour is I respond to all of my messages. I just go through and I click recent, so I just see all of the recent ones, and I just respond. The second thing I do is I message new people. Where do I get these people? Okay, I go to my Facebook page, and I look at every post that I made the day before. Anybody who is new, who I haven't messaged before, or it's been a while since I've messaged them, I right-click and I open their page up in a completely new page. And I just keep doing that to all the people, and I have all of these pages open. For a while, I would message probably at least 20 to 25 new people every single day. When I was going for 2-star, I was messaging at least 20 to 25 new people every single day, no exception. And that's least. Sometimes I got up to 40, 45. So if you're going for a goal, go for that. And Kaylee said, what do you say to those people? Well, a lot of people they're like, well, I don't want to message them because I don't know them. I don't want them to think I'm weird. But if they're coming to my page or if they're seeing my stuff and they feel comfortable enough to like it or to comment on it, then I feel comfortable enough to message them because they engaged with me first. They made the first move, not me. So they can't get mad at me, okay? So I just message them. And if I see like something that I can message them like specifically about, like say if I see a picture, especially since Halloween has been around, and a picture of them with their kids in their costumes, then I'm like, hey girl, like your kid was so cute. Did y'all have a really fun Halloween? Are the kids still high on candy? Like I just engage in that way. I find something that I can relate to them with. Or if I see that they went to Rafferty's, it's a restaurant, you may not have it where you are, and they ate that night. I'm like, hey girl, like I saw you went to Rafferty's. That's one of my favorite places. I don't live near one anymore. What is your favorite thing to eat there? Let me live vicariously through you. Like I try and like just be myself and like be silly or just, you know, just be myself. And if they like me, then that's great. And if not, then whatever. And if I can't find anything that I like super have something like to stick and like be credible, and I'm just like, hey Kaylee, I hope you're having a great day. Or no, I'm like, hey Kaylee, how are you? I hope you're having a great week. And that's kind of what I say. I can't even hear the word "you" right now. It's been bad since recovering. Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's kind of what I say. I'm like, and y'all don't think I've never had a, do I know you? Did you want something? Like I have. Like there's seriously this one girl who, she's a photographer too. So you would think she'd be more personable. Like, hey, this girl could be a client. But no. She messaged me back and she was like, first she was like, hey, like I'm good. And that was it. And then she came back and was like, did you need something? And I seriously said, no, I didn't. I think she probably went to my page, saw that I was a coach, and wanted me to come back at her and like, hey, yeah, I wanted to see if you wanted to join this. But no. I said, no, girl, I just wanted to see how you were doing and let you know I hope you're having a great week. And that's what I said. And she was like, oh, well, that's really sweet of you. Thank you so much. Okay, so when people come at you like that, come back at them. Be like, oh, I just wanted to let you know I wanted you to have a good week. Because you don't want to give them, they're trying to feed into you and they want you to come at them so they can be like, that's so rude of you to sell to somebody you don't even know. So don't even like give them that pleasure. Okay. You have to work up and build that relationship through private messaging with people to get to that point. And so don't automatically, especially if you don't know them, especially if you just did a, hey, I hope you're having a great week. How are you? Don't automatically go to, I'm having a challenge group or I'm having a clean eating group. Like get to know them, build trust with them, and then you can do that. But another thing I wanted to talk about when it came to friend requesting is I've gotten to a point where I finally know who my target audience is, and that's something that you really, really need to hone in on. And it took me so long because I was so scared that my target audience was too small. And I was like, I need to broaden it. I need to have moms and I need to have older women because I know an older woman and I can help these older women just because I know them and all of this stuff. Like, no, you need to, like, here's your target audience and you need to, well, that seemed kind of dirty. I'm sorry. You need to zero in on that target audience. Like, oh, I'm turning red now. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean for that to happen. But
let's keep this, PG-13.
That's right. Like, y'all see like how red my face just turned? I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, y'all need to zero. I'm like about to cry. Y'all need to zero in on your target audience. That's really what I was going for there. Okay, so Laura, thanks. Anyways, okay. So basically, when my target audience is moms, usually with kids 5 and under, if I see a woman with kids in her picture or in her cover photo and she looks like a mom and she is the mom, I friend request that girl. I'm like, she is like me. She's probably busy. She's, raising these kids. She has this newborn. So just really focus in on your target audience and go after those people and friend request those people, because that will make messaging them so much easier, because you will have things to talk to them about. It won't be so out of the blue or so random, or you're having to cherry pick what to talk to them about. So I kind of wanted to go over that a little bit. So sorry. So just be choosy when it comes to your friend request. And a lot of people I talk to too, they're like, I don't know who to talk to. I only have 300 friends. Well, you have to friend request. When I first started coaching, I think I had 600 friends, and now I have almost 3,000. So you have to just friend request, and not be scared to do that. Some new coaches I talk to, because I've been coaching for almost 2 years, and so many people, I forget that they don't know, like, you need to friend request. Like, new coaches don't know that. And so you have to be friend requesting. I like to say no less than like 8 a day, but 3 to 5. But come on, let's push yourself out of that comfort zone a little bit. Let's try like 8 to 10 a day, okay? Especially if you're trying to grow a business or even make extra income, like, you need to be growing your friends list. Okay, so yeah, that's what I say to those people. And then, 10%. Yes, it is so simple. You're friend requesting, not messaging these people right off. But yeah, that's what I do. And that's how I get them. And if a lot of new people haven't liked my stuff for me to message them, then I go to my friends list. And I just look to see who I haven't talked to, who I haven't connected with. That can be, it can take a little bit of time, just because you're combing through your friends. You're like, I've talked to her, but it's worth it. Okay. And a lot of people, they're like, do you make lists of who you talk to? And yes, I do make a list of people who I message. I'm a pen to paper girl, having it all on my computer. I feel like I need to touch it, and I can't touch it if it's my computer. So some people are computer people. I know Asana is a good one. Kaylee can have more suggestions when it comes to keeping track with it on your computer. I know she makes lists on Facebook too, where she puts friends in different places. So she has more info like on that, because she's like the queen of that. But I just am pen to paper. I write down the date. I write down checked in, and that means who I've messaged. And anybody I message that day, I write her down. If I invite to coaching, I put invite to coaching, and I write their names down. If I talk to them about a 21-day group or a challenge pack, I write that down. It helps me stay organized. It helps me to go back and see who I've talked to, who I need to check in with, and all that kind of stuff. But that I do keep track of it that way. I don't keep track of who I've friend requested and all of that. I might should, but I never have, so I don't. But yeah, so that's kind of how I keep track. And I just want to let y'all know, just kind of do this when it comes, like a Facebook Live, like just ask questions if you have any as I go, just so you don't forget them if you have some, and I will like answer them. Yeah. I want to talk about something else. Another thing I do every single day after I message people back. Ooh, who's doing that again? After I message people back, after I send new messages.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. After I send new messages and after I friend request and all of that, I go to my friends. I go to recently added, and I open a new page for every single new recently added friend. And I go to their page, and I always comment on something. Because when you comment on something on somebody else's page, they start automatically seeing your stuff on their feed, because Facebook sees that you're interacting with them, and they start seeing your posts on their feed. And I swear it never fails that as soon as I comment on something on their pages, they start liking my stuff back. Never fails. So be sure to do that. Okay, that's so important. Your stuff needs to be seen on their pages because that's how they'll know to contact you or whatever. Your stuff has to be seen. So you need to be posting on people's pages. Don't message them right off, but comment on something on their page. They'll like something on your page, and that is your door to message them, okay? Trying to think. I think that's all I really have. Honestly, when I was like shooting for 2-star and I was going nuts, I was just messaging. Like I have a whole notebook full of people's names. I just messaged and I wasn't afraid. And if in that message I saw a need that Beachbody could fill, then I invited them to the coaching opportunity, because Beachbody can fill so many needs. Like if they're just struggling and having to leave their baby to go to work, Beachbody can fill that need. If they're struggling when it comes to accountability in their workouts, and they have no support at home, Beachbody coaching can fill that need, because we as a coaching community, we can support them. We can keep them accountable. So I never missed an opportunity in a message to invite to the coaching opportunity. And I promise you, I think all of my Success Club points in September were all coaches. And I think I had like Success Club 18 or 16 in September. And I'm not kidding, they were like all new coaches. So just never miss an opportunity to present the opportunity to somebody. Because even if they say no, like that's not for me, at least you've placed it in front of them. And usually they can appreciate it because you're trying to help them in some way. And as long as you're not giving it to them in a pushy way, like you need this, like just say, hey, like I feel like this has really helped me in this way, and I feel like it could completely fill that void in your life or what have you. So in my messages, I just never miss an opportunity to present the coaching opportunity. But yeah, I think that's all I really had. I'm trying not to keep y'all up super late. So yeah.
That was like awesome tips. I'm glad we're recording this because I know like I'll go back and like write down stuff. My only question that I had that popped up, and y'all tell me if y'all have questions, was, you've messaged Rafferty's girl and y'all are talking back and forth. Do you go ahead as it's going? Do you invite her to a challenge? Or if your challenge is 3 weeks away, do you go back and message her and say, hey, I know we were talking about, you had the baked chicken at Rafferty's, and I know you're trying to make healthier choices. I have a challenge coming up. Would you be interested?
Yeah, if I saw that, if that was how the conversation went and she was like, yeah, like I tried to be really healthy and like I'm trying to do this and that, then I'd be like, that is so awesome. Like I'd probably present the coaching opportunity to her, to be honest, like, because that's just like my goal. Like my goal is to get as many people on my team to reach more people than I can alone. So like that's my goal in my business. And if that's not your goal, then like 100% fine. You can go the 21-day group route, which whatever. But if you're in this for the business, then that should be your goal. So if she said that, like I can even take that and turn it into the coaching opportunity, just because I believe in the coaching opportunity so much. So that's a place you need to get to too as a coach, whether you just started coaching yesterday or you've been coaching for 2 years. You need to get to a place in your mind and in your soul where you believe in this opportunity and you believe what it has to offer. Like I'm not making 6 figures, but I still believe in this opportunity. Like you don't have to be you don't have to be like 15-star and are making like 6 figures in 2 years to believe in this opportunity. Like if Beachbody has changed your life, whether you've lost 5 pounds doing it or you've made $10,000 a month, that is something you can believe in and get behind. So you need to get there. Especially if you're wanting this business to work and to have people believe in you and get behind you. So how would you turn that into a pitch for coaching? Can you give an example of what you would say to a baked chicken girl? Yeah. So she was like, yeah, like I'm really trying to eat healthier. So I picked the baked chicken, blah, blah, blah. I'd say that is so awesome. Like me as a coach, that's honestly what I do every single day. Like I help people when it comes to their menus, and I help people just really learn. And when I started coaching, I had no idea what I was doing, and coaching really helped me learn those things. Is coaching ever something that you would think of doing? So I really think it could help you get to where you want to be something along those lines. I let them know that I've been there. Coaching helped me learn these things that she's wanting to learn, that she's in the process of learning. So that's kind of where I would probably take it. So I just use my own experience. And I never lie. I'm never like, yeah, I was 200 pounds. And like I'm always very honest, but I just try and like cater it to their whatever's going on. Do you do all your messaging at one time each day and then do your posts throughout the day? Yes. Power hour, I have to be strict with it. I've actually been starting to get up at 5 a.m. every morning to get my like 2 hours done. Just because during the day, like I'm really trying to focus on my kids during the day because they're only little ones and that whole spiel. But I've been getting up at 5 a.m. and working until around 7, a little later, depending on when my daughter wakes up. But I do all of it at once. Even when I wasn't waking up early, if April went down for a nap, whether it was 20 minutes or an hour, I got it in. I was like, message a machine, like right click, open that window, right click, open that window, message. So I got it all in. And I never messaged back until the next morning or the next day, because like I have to draw a line. Like if I was messaging all these people and then messaging back, like I would never get anything done. So I message everybody, leave it, go the next day, re-message those people, and then message new people all at the same time. But I mean, if you need to break up your power hour, I know you're a teacher and all that stuff, you do what you got to do, but that's what I did.
Well, that's where I struggle, Margo. Like because with what you were saying, like going back to messages, because I'm not even on Facebook all day when I'm at school. So if I get to like a big old not pile, but like if I go and do my messages, like you said, each morning, which is what I try to do, is focus on just messaging in the morning. Because the reality is, like with my audience, like yes, there might be teachers up, but they're like on their way to the school building or whatever at that time. So it makes sense to just do all the messaging and then post later in the afternoon when teachers are like getting out of school and then when they're home. And so I think doing it, I mean, not that you're right, like everyone has to do it at once, but it's been like the only thing that ensures that I get enough messages in and that I don't like stress over it tonight, which I'm currently doing because I didn't get enough messaging in this morning. But
yeah, and you have to determine what's going to grow your business. Is messaging people going to grow your business, or is posting, like, you have to find your priorities. So messaging people was growing my business. So that was my number one priority. That was the first thing I did in my power hour. I messaged every single person back, and then I messaged new people. That was number one. And number two, no excuse to not get that done in my day. Like, that was growing my business. That was getting me where I wanted to go. So you just have to find what is your priority, what is helping you grow your business, and get that done first. So, yeah. Sorry, I feel like really yeah, messaging is huge, and have a fear of it, but just be yourself. Okay. How many new people do you message per day on average? Probably on average around like 15 new people a day. I'd say that's average. I've slowed down a little bit since right before my vacation. But now that I'm getting back in the swing of things and getting, out of vacation mode, I'd say probably around 15 new people a day. Yeah, that's why you have to keep adding friends to your network, because I promise you will run out of people to message. So you have to keep adding. So I think yesterday I probably added maybe like 6 new friends on Facebook. And then today I think I've already added around 4 or 5. So you just have to keep friend requesting. So, yeah.
So do you think that, like, I know for me, I got faster as, like, I kept doing it because, like, I got more confident, and so it was easier. So I didn't sit there and ponder too long. And it also just became a routine. Would you, like, does your power hour, like, just that 2 hours, like, do you feel like you can get everything done and feel pretty confident most days?
Oh, yeah. Like, some mornings after just an hour, I'm like, I just finished my power hour. What do I do now? And so, like, I'll go through like old things. I'll make lists or do this. And, but yeah, you get so much faster. And, into like while you're messaging, so many people ask the same question, and so you can just like copy and paste like your answer, because they're like, how are you doing today? And you're like, oh, I already answered that 6 times in 6 different ways, and I'm just going to copy and paste this. So you'll just find like little tricks that work. And but yeah, that's kind of, Kaylee's so right, you do get faster.
I have to kind of tell on you here, but it's a good tell on. I remember being back in our internship. I guess it was like 2 years ago, which is so weird. I remember it was like January or March, because you were in that group. And I remember one of your questions that you had was, well, I don't really feel comfortable private messaging somebody. Like, can I just comment on their stuff? Like, will that be okay? And so I just like, I don't know why I can remember that, but like now I just, maybe it's just to tell the call, I don't know, but I'm just like, Margo was nervous to, message people, and now look at her, she's the messaging queen. So, I just want to reiterate that it, like it was scary for you, and now you just do it like a pro.
That's funny. And I feel like a lot of it too, I feel like this business ties so much into our workouts and our eating too, because if I'm not on it when it comes to my workouts and my eating, then I feel like my business really suffers, because I'm not feeling confident in myself and all of that stuff. So I really encourage you to stay focused when it comes to your posts about your workouts and actually staying in a program and all that stuff, because I feel like you show yourself. Like if you're not staying a product of the product, like it's going to come through. And I feel like that is a huge impact on your business too. So I really encourage you to just like get in a program and just go for it and share your story, whether you are just now starting and you have tons of weight to lose, or you really need to tone up, or whatever have you. Like, own it and share your story. Like that's huge. People will relate to you, whether you're, just had a baby, or you are stress eater, whatever it is. Like, own your story, tell your story, and people will relate to you and in more ways than you know. So that's kind of like my encouragement. Let's see. Is your 15 messages a day including follow-ups and invites? Okay, people know you're passionate. Yes. Okay. My 15 a day, they're not follow-ups. My follow-ups are my messages from the previous day. But my 15 a day are new people, like that I haven't messaged before, or who I haven't messaged in like a year or 6 months or 3 months. They're never like my follow-ups from like a couple of weeks. Those I don't consider new. But yeah, I think that answered your question.
So what do your invites look like? Do they just naturally happen because you're talking to 15 people a day, so you can probably get 3 people a day to, invite to something? Or do you have a separate list?
I'm trying to think how I do it. I feel like it just naturally happens. And like I said, I do write invited a challenge group, because it's people that I've talked to the previous days who are finally messaging me back, or whatever it is. But yeah, I just kind of write down, and they just naturally happen because you're talking to so many people and you're getting so many conversations, and you're always carrying it back towards, you kind of dictate the conversation and where it goes.
Yeah. So just if you have a fear of inviting and messaging people, I guess if you're willing to tackle the messaging people part, the inviting part will just take care of itself. So start with that part and work backwards.
And I'm telling you, like, so many people are like, I have nobody to talk to. Like, I have nobody to invite, is what they say. I have nobody to invite. Well, if you are messaging, 10, 11 people a day, you are going to have people to invite. And it's not going to happen tomorrow, because you have to start the messaging. It will probably start happening in a couple of weeks after you've been messaging all these people, for a week or 2. So don't get discouraged after 1 week you don't have 10 people to invite, because you have to build it up. That's why this business, it's consistency and time is the magic of this business. You have to give it time of being consistent, and then you will start seeing the fruits of your labor come to fruition. So
one other thing I was going to ask you, because we've talked about how you went from like 600 friends to 3,000. I know we always give a like big long list. Like you can find people through people you may know and from groups and like pages, and you can go to a person's page that you is your ideal client. Like I could, if Margo wasn't a coach, I could go to Margo's page and look through her friends and from people that we had mutual friends with, which I would not do to a coach because that would be mean and wrong. But if she wasn't, I could do that. So how have you met most of your new friends that are your ideal client?
Honestly, basically what you just said, like pretty much that.
I didn't know if there was a secret.
No, I mean, the first thing I do really is I go over to like the friends tab. If you're like on your home screen and it has groups and all that, I go to the friends tab, I click that, and usually in the top right corner it has like suggestions, and I click that to where they all show. And I get rid of the ones I don't want. Like I'm like, I think it says delete or something, and I just get rid of them. I'm like, I'm sick of seeing these people. So like not in a mean way, but you know what I'm saying. And I get rid of those. I get rid of those, and I just go through there. And I'm like, this one's a dud. So like I do what Kaylee says. I go to like who would be my ideal client or my ideal coach, who has probably told me no 6,000 times. And I look through their friends, and if I see them looking happy with their family and their babies, then I friend request them. But yeah, that's really what I do. And when you start getting like 2,000 friends, and you have a lot of those people to go, you can go through. But yeah, and I really suggest you, because if you have a creeper like Kaylee, and she's not as nice of a coach as Kaylee is, they can go to your friends and start poaching. So you need to make your friends private.
Yes. Very simple to do too, right? Like, I mean, it's like 3 or 4 steps.
Yeah, it's not hard, and you can Google it, and Google will walk you right through it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I really suggest hiding your friends, because there are coaches out there, believe it or not. You won't find them in Sweat Nation, but they will poach your friends. So you need to hide them.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions to throw at Miss Margo? Mom would hate that I just called you Miss Margo. She would want Margo or Miss Driver, by the way, but she ain't one, so she don't know.
I think I just missed this because someone's talking to me about buying a challenge pack on Facebook right now. But what did you say when you were talking about hiding friends? You said, did you explain how you can do that? How you can hide like
we just said it's probably like an easy couple steps.
There's probably
I'm sure you just go under your
something.
Yeah,
I would say if you Google it, it should just pop right on up. Like you could just say how to set Facebook friends list private, and it should just pop up and tell you the steps.
Google knows everything.
Yeah. All right, so you got another one. Sorry,
I just realized I could talk. I'm
cool.
on live stream and I'm like typing, but I was just wondering about how, with all the messaging you're doing, how much time you're spending, like with messaging and following up and commenting in your challenge groups. Just because it seems like you're spending a lot of time with messaging, and how you're balancing those two things.
Yeah. Okay. So I have a list right where my computer and everything is, and it has my priorities for my power hour. Number 1 is messaging back. Number 2 is new messages. Number 3 is, I think, commenting on new friends. Number 4 is friend requesting. No, number 4 is checking in with my groups. And number 5 is friend requesting. But I go in, I put, like, I think I have a clean eating group going on right now, and 21 day group going on right now. And then I also post in my coaches group every morning. And so those are priorities. I go in there, I check in. If somebody's commented, I usually see the notifications during the day, and I'll try and go in then when I see and comment on what they've asked me, or I just respond to something they say, just because I miss it. But I just go in and I post like my thing for the day or something during my hour. But yeah, that's kind of how I keep it. And I just kind of on my phone randomly during the day, I'll write back if they've posted in the group or whatever. But that's kind of how I keep up with it. I just make sure I post in the morning, because if I don't during my power hour, I forget. Like, it's so bad.
Okay. So you're breaking up a little bit. So you are checking in during the day, if somebody comments in your free group. I just feel like I spend a lot of time doing that. And then you made, people, commenting and I'm commenting back and trying to keep it more confined to a power hour, but you are doing that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Girl, I wish people were that involved in my groups. I feel like I've tried everything and can't get these girls to like post in the group. So, I mean, count your lucky stars. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I just if I see it during the day in my notifications, I just comment like back. And in your case, and if I did have a lot of people coming at me, I probably would confine it to like once in the morning and once in the evening. I wouldn't worry about stressing through the day about it, because if they are coming at you, once in the morning, once in the evening is what I would do.
Okay. Thanks.
If that works for you. I know you have a little baby, so I know it can be crazy. Like, I'd probably do it like 3 a.m. when I'm feeding them. So
yeah, I message a lot when I'm nursing my thumb.
Yeah. I did the same thing.
Thank you.
But yeah, Hannah said something about silence in her group. That's normal. It happens. Just keep posting, because you never know that they could be looking, checking in, making sure you're being consistent, and that will go a long way. So just keep checking in and keep doing it, whether you hear people talking in there or not.
Yeah.
Oh,
go ahead.
Just a testimony. Oh, sorry. Just a testimony about that. There was this one girl who apparently was in my clean eating group back in April. A horrible coach here. I didn't remember her, probably because she didn't say anything in the group, but she just messaged me a couple days ago and was like, hey, I was in your April group, and since then I've lost 44 pounds. And I was like, what? So just keep doing it. It's worth it. So whether they're talking or not, they're doing it. So just a little encouragement.
Yeah, that's crazy. 44 pounds. That's awesome.
That was so.
The other thing I was going to say with the challenge groups, what's helped our engagement, at least this month, and usually, y'all know, if you've been a coach for a whole year now, you've seen the seasons. And so, October and November can be really difficult, and December is difficult to get people engaged because everybody's so busy and scattered. We co-hosted this one, and several of y'all are co-hosting with us, and that's been a huge help, because not only is it not driving us nuts to have to check in and be like, oh my gosh, what's happening in this group? Because we know we can count on everybody, but it's also helped the engagement, because we're posting, y'all are posting, and it gives them the excitement, oh, well, so-and-so just posted, I got to post. So that's helped a lot. All right. Well, thank you so much, Margo, for taking the time to really share everything. And I loved how concrete everything that you shared was. It's stuff that we can go implement tonight or tomorrow at 5 a.m., whenever our power hour is. So thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you for having me. I'm sorry I was breaking up.
No, you are perfect. Thank you. And thanks for just, making the time to share your tips with not just your team, but our whole team. So that was really special. Thanks.
Anytime.
All right. I'll put up this recording. It should be up tomorrow. So if you want to let your team know, it might be up tonight. Depends on how long it takes. But